Hello, my name is Brad Shelton, work with Purdue Extension based out of Washington County, Indiana. Today I'm going to spend a few minutes discussing some of the double crop opportunities that producers have to make up for a short hay crop or just extend the grazing season any year. And we'll cover winter annuals as well as summer annual opportunities. We're in a stand of, we have a stand of pure oats over here on my right, and then we have a mixture of forage turnips and oats. A great option for extending the fall or the winter grazing season. Seed these after corn silage harvest in early August, or if you've ensiled wheat or taken wheat as a grain crop and have wheat stubble. You're not planning on going into alfalfa. This is also an option. Seed this, like I mentioned, in early August to take advantage, get the full potential out of these crops. The one thing to consider when you're dealing with turnips, and I've uprooted this one, you can see there's not much of a, you typically think of a turnip as a large bulb. With the forage type turnips, most of the dry matter is in the leaf tissue, and these newer forage turnips, you can potentially get more than one grazing off of them, depending if the animal takes off the top of the bulb. But kind of think of it as a potato. You've got multiple eyes where an animal maybe chews off one side of the turnip. You've got the other side of the turnip that will send up sprouts for a second or possibly third grazing. You seed the turnips generally 2 to 4 pounds. The higher seeding rates if you're doing a broadcast, or the 2-pound rate if you're doing a direct seeding with the drill. The oats seeded in with the turnips. Typically you seed those about 1 to 2 bushels. You can kind of see this. We've got that rate here. Maybe on the lower, the thin side, but the animals will, when they get out here, they will take the turnip or the oats out first. And the cows may not like the taste of turnips right away, but they will. It's an acquired taste, and they will take to eating them after the initial turnout. The one thing that you need to be cautious about with the turnips is they are very high in protein and high in energy. You can have some acidosis issues. If you're grazing sheep, things like that, you need to give them a shot to prevent overeating disease, just like you would if you're getting ready to put them on a diet of grain. Other options we have besides the oats and the turnips, you can use wheat, like historically has been done in the South. Graze that in the fall a little bit, and then get a majority of your grazing in the spring before they joint in late February to mid-March or so. Then you can harvest for grain, harvest for silage. Other options are triticale, annual cereal rye, and again, get some grazing in the fall, get all your majority of your tonnage in the spring. Whereas the one thing about your oats, you get all your tonnage, these are spring oats, you get all your tonnage in the fall before the killing frost. The turnips will continue to grow until it gets down to about 15 degrees or so, and then they will die as well. We're in a stand of annual ryegrass, seeded July 13th. Today is September the 5th. You can see that while this is a double crop opportunity, maybe not the best option for an Indiana summer. Annual ryegrass did originate from Great Britain, England area, typically a cool and moist climate. Indiana summers where it's warm and dry, as you can see, a month and a half of growth probably didn't cover the cost, in this case anyway, of the seed and the time, the labor and things like that. However, it is an option as a winter annual, I suppose. And in southern plains, southeast U.S., it is used quite often for stocker operations. Drill this into a warm season perennial pasture and get a fair amount of dry matter. And that probably will work here in Indiana as well, kind of along the lines of the cereal rye, the wheat, the triticale. You don't get a whole lot of tonnage in the fall. Once we get a cold spell, you will have some more growth in the spring. Provides probably a better quality forage longer than the wheat, the rye, and the triticale in the spring, early summer or so. But as you can see, it's probably not the best option for summer grazing, but it will improve as we get on into the cooler months and we get some more moisture.